Hi guys, NQ Reporter here at the screening of Making of an Addict. I'm sat now with Shinny and Nicole, the creator and producer. Right then guys, so for you Shinny, what was the process of making this film for you personally?
The process, just had one meeting with Chris Green, the director who directed the film. We've written it together, and obviously Nicole produced the film. You know, I'll sneak a bit and I co-produced a little bit. But yeah, this is Nicole's nephew as well.
Hello. All right.
Yeah, so the process was get the script wrote, which we've got ready for the taking really, once we get the funding. But we had to do like a teaser, which we thought was going to be like a 4-minute teaser promotional video. But then we got that much footage over the 2 days, and we had 50 cast and crew members. We got too much.
50 cast and crew members?
50 cast and crew.
That's
over
a hell of a
2
lot of
days.
support, that.
That was down to Nicole's work.
That's some amazing networking, well done.
Yeah, well,
that's really good.
I said before, didn't I, Manchester's like thriving with talent, and I'm lucky enough that a lot of those talented people are my friends and Shinny's friends as well. So we had to beg, steal and borrow people, honestly, and, you know, kind of say, do you know somebody who'll fit this bill? And it was nice. It was like off the cuff casting, you know, no casting briefs went out to anybody. We just used people we knew and we knew would nail.
Right,
we didn't have
like
enough turnaround.
You had trust in them, didn't you, in their ability.
They had to do it on the day.
Do you think, like in Manchester in general, do you think the actors community is really close?
I do. It's a close knit community. A lot of my friends have been here to support today, which has been lovely. And you know, it's one of those things, like London's a big city and it's everyone for their own. Because I've lived there, and you do feel like you're on your own there. But yeah, with Manchester, it is very supportive. Everyone supports each other, and not only because they're in the film, but half the audience obviously weren't in the film. You know, the actors that had come in to watch us were just super supportive. So yeah, it feels like that for me, for sure.
Yeah, it's really good. So in terms of the story and your connection to the story, how do you feel about it?
Well, my connection is an honest connection. It's a true story based upon my life, and obviously based around addiction. And I like I was asked questions in the cinema today, the screening, that how do I feel about exposing myself? I've been exposing myself for years on social media, on the Shinny Show Live and stuff, you know. But now I wanted to take it to another level, because I think I've got the opportunity and I'm capable of doing from what I've got around me, good people, good actors, actresses. Just a matter of us now taking it up that next level and getting the right funding, doing the right film.
Have you got like a link or like some form of like a donate page, if you want to drop to the channel or anything?
No, we don't want to do anything like that yet. A crowdfunding page, you know, we believe that it should. I believe strongly it should be government funding. But
the BFI.
Well, yeah, maybe we thought about them. There's a lot of funding as well. We have a lot of contacts through my show with the management that are talking about maybe raising the funds for it. And now there's a few people in today that are going to be taking this trailer out of the country to America.
Trying to get some outside support.
Yeah, maybe somebody just looks in and then decides to do the British film for us, because they believe in what we're doing. And it's a film. It's going to be a very unique film, because we believe it's never been done in this way before, and it's going to be, like I say, it's going to be very unique, very honest.
Yeah, early on in the Q&A, you really hit on with me a little bit there. You did affect me a bit, because when you were saying about how when we have like little demons in our childhood, then we have these changes that happen to us, and that leads to the disease of addiction. It makes us, it warps our mind and changes us people. I can relate to, because I had a bit of a tricky childhood. I'm not making this about me, by the way. But
well, you can't do that.
Not when he's in. not when this guy's about. That ain't happening. It's always a Shinny show every day when this guy's about. And I went through a process of being a bit of a tricky childhood when I was younger, and then when I was a teenager, I was getting involved with crime. I was smoking weed. You know, I was doing all kinds of little dodgy things and stuff, and that created like a mental health issue with me. We had like panic attacks and anxiety and things like that. And I never seen it so clear until this day when you mentioned that.
Yeah.
And I just thought to myself, well, that was a massive eye opener. So thank you for that.
Well, that's
really
what, that's
appreciate
what
it.
Are you finished for you now? Can I talk about me again?
You're actually got to
Sound.
Shinny now, guys. Let's do that.
Well, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to do it in a way where it's like it answers all them unanswered questions, really. Questions about people's own lives. Like, you know, I used to be a bit odd when I was a kid. I used to be scared that people were going to leave me. This film is going to, like I say, it's going to be like a one-stop shop for mental health, drug addiction, abuse. We're going to touch on every single subject because we're going to have the opportunity to do so. Whilst we're there, we've got to nail it right.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
It has to be a
right.
collective of producers, directors, not just one director, not just one voice. There's got to be a collective of people producing it. And then we'll get the right message. It can't just all work off me.
Yeah, not like one level. It's
Yeah.
got to be different levels to reach out to different various audiences.
Different
and stuff
ages,
like that,
different sexes,
ages.
different genders. Just it's got to be able to answer questions that people won't even think about. No one would think that I had an eating disorder for over 20 years, bulimia. Not many men speak about that. A man like me speaking about will encourage other men to do it.
I actually think that you're the first man that I've ever heard mention bulimia.
Well, that's proof in the
That
pudding.
says it all,
And
yeah.
there's a lot
Says
that
it all.
suffer because, you know, we've found out through speaking to people, and that's the whole thing. Like I just said before, you know, our post-production, 1 out of 2 people in our cast contacted us to say that the reason they wanted to be a part of it was because they'd been affected.
Personal
cast
issues.
and crew, and we were like, wow,
Yeah,
you know.
one of your custody department, Eve, I had a little chat with her earlier.
Yeah.
She mentioned about some of them similar issues.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's like
everyone's reached
it's
out.
it's really nice how you've kind of like attacked this and sort of developed a community within the actual production itself.
Yeah.
You know, that's quite refreshing. That's
It's
refreshing.
a nice
because-
family of people that
Well,
are involved.
that's it's an actual family where it's like sometimes in productions you get people that are like kind of like staff or freelance or whatever, but they're always like mixing and matching. They're actually like we have like a chance to really connect on a personal kind of like emotional journey. It's a case that they come to work and then leave. Whereas if you guys, you're usually like sort of like bringing something to the table where is not just the film being a relatable content, but the whole production process being relatable content.
Yeah.
So it's like, where would I fit in here? They'd be like, well, that happened to me, so there's an answer there for that.
Yeah.
You know, that's it.
Yeah.
Look, it's not like 9 out of 10 people. It's like 10 out of 10 people are affected
Everybody.
somewhat way with anxiety, depression, alcoholism, drug addiction, whether they're the addicts or not. Like I say, this is a family disease. The family get affected. So it's like 10 out of 10. Someone's always been affected along the way. Nobody's perfect. And that's what the film's going to show as well. Like, look, we all have struggles. It's about how we deal with them. And my best promotion for it is to talk about it, take the power out of it. And that's what the film's going to do. It's going to encourage other masses of people to say, you know what, I'm going to fucking, sorry for swearing, I'm going to take some of this off him and I'm going to start talking about this. It seems to be helping him. Like I say, it's like my medicine. For anyone struggling, talking is medicine.
Absolutely agreed. Also, as well, like with the other message that you're trying to get out there now, it's like your mental health and stuff like that, isn't it? You want to break the mold, don't you? Completely shatter it.
Stigma of it all.
Because there's so much bull and like badness around that, where people aren't really being heard. No, like good messages are getting out there, and people aren't listening enough. Well, they are, but not enough.
Yeah.
Like that's the issue we're facing.
Because it's not the people, the general public's fault. The stigma that they have on other, like homeless people and stuff. I mean, you go into school and say, who's a drug addict to you? And they'll say, it's the homeless man on the streets, isn't it? Drinking
Just
alcohol.
standard stereotypical stuff.
Yeah, and that's it, because there's not an understanding where, more people would sympathise with it. I mean, I'm not asking for sympathy, but I'm asking for sympathy for the people that aren't looked upon as human beings. It's like, do you know what? Maybe like what Shinny's film talks about, maybe this man isn't well. Maybe he's got that disease that he's got and he didn't have a chance in life.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we give him the time of day. Do you know what? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, he was swallowed by them mental issues. That's what drove him to down this path, really, isn't
Yeah,
it? And
yeah.
I
that's
think
what.
it's the image that
That's
people
what-
have as well of them. They have this image of people who suffer mentally, you know, like these crazy people, and honestly, it's not, you know. And like I've been quite honest with my friends, and I've had a therapist and stuff, and I think it's really healthy to go to someone. You know, if you're injured physically, go to a doctor. If you're injured mentally, there's nothing for you, you know. And I think like as adults growing up in this generation, this age, it's difficult for us, you know, and it's difficult for everyone of every age, because everyone's got problems, and you don't necessarily want to put it on your partner, you don't want to put it on your kids, or you know, so you have to kind of take it upon yourself to get the help you need, and try not to, I mean, sharing is caring, like you say, and it's nice, but sometimes friends don't understand, family don't understand, so you have to reach out for the help, like you're saying about your 12-step program. You know, if that wasn't there, there's no way, as much as your mum and dad love you, there's no way they could have given you that same...
that support and that sort of, that structure. Because like, even Scotty Mack, who interviewed before,
Scotty out the film.
He absolutely adores you, don't he? That
I
man?
love him because
we
got a real connection, me and Scott. I've done an episode with Scott. Scott come up from Coventry, and I met him. I was really well at the time, and I introduced him to 12 Steps in Narcotics Anonymous, and he's what I call one of the Babe Ruths of recovery today. He's a big hitter that helps the masses. He really does. And I fell off. He got clean, and then I fell off, and then he was there to pick up my pieces with me.
Oh, so you fixed each other?
Yeah, I helped him, and then I fell, and he was part of like helping me.
I wish we'd have done this like a separate interview now, because we would have just made it all about that, because that would have been...
Well, I think we are. I think the management have been on, and somebody wants to do like a full feature on somebody that have helped, and I was saying right away, it's got to be Scott. Scott.
He's the guy.
He's as loud as me. He's the only one that can compete with me.
He's a big lad.
Yeah.
He's got a big voice.
He's got a big ego.
And a
Nearly as big as mine.
As well, nearly as big as yours.
Yeah. Nearly.
Scotty Mack, you better competition there. Oh, fantastic, guys. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for yours. Cheers, good luck.
Lovely to meet you. Cheers for that.
Thanks a lot.
And there it is, guys. NQ reporter, Shinny Nicole, about the film
Making of an Addict.
Making of an Addict. Nearly forgot it then. Earlier on, I was saying Making of an Addict, Becoming an Addict. And I nearly got it wrong. But yeah, it's Making of an Addict. I had to sort of like drill it into myself to get the wording right though.
I'll do a show for him, so it's Making of an Addict.
Where
recovery is a new cool, even for bad backs.
Hashtag that, recovery is a new cool.
Yeah.
And just to let everybody know out there who's suffering with mental anxiety and depression and any form of mental illness, it's okay not to be okay. Reach out, guys, speak to people, because you know what, we're all here to listen.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers for that.